This, well, everyone thought he was a kid, but he's actually 19 years old. He's still young. And some people, I assumed these are two separate people. And I thought that the guards outside are going to come and deny and saying, yeah, that's a different kid. But no, it's the same kid. Anyway, hello to everybody in the live chat. We're going to come to you guys, get your reaction live. The media are not really focusing on this. There's no investigative journalism from BBC Newsnight, from BBC World Service, from CNN, from all the others. No, they're not really concerned about any of this. So what we initially heard was yesterday and today that they said this child, then we discovered he's 19, but still a young person. They damaged his arms. Oh, his arms are broken. Okay, and then left him 8 days without medical treatment. 8 days. So if your arms are broken and completely abandoned for left days, 8 days it would get worse and worse and worse. So that means that you'll hardly be able to actually move your arms, right? That's what's going on. His name is Mohammed Nazal. Says that they kept obviously targeting them when they were. By the way, every single one of them are convicted. They're criminals. They're not just they're not hostages. These so-called Palestinian prisoners, even when they were teenagers, because you've seen the footage of the schools in Gaza and media in Gaza brainwashing kids from early ages. So that's kind of normal at this point. So when they become teenagers, they become a little bit rebellious and thugs. So that happened. And then we have this video. And his arms. Very concerning, right? Let's watch this.
Nasser.
Well, that looks extremely concerning. And I was like, oh, well, then at least maybe an accident. But as I said at the beginning of the live stream, propaganda comes from all sides during conflicts. Let's be objective. The problem we have is that one side is completely believed by the globalist media. The other side completely denied and ignored by the mainstream media, which is now the Jewish side being ignored. So this happened. And then the footage came out from yesterday, the moment he was actually released. That's why I thought, and at first I thought, well, surely there must be two different kids. They're not the same. Then even the Gaza side confirmed, yeah, it's still the same kid. But they didn't actually explain why, when he was actually getting on the bus, before the video I just showed you, that was after. That's him now in Gaza. As he was getting on the bus to go home, that was him. Well, that is a miracle, absolutely a miracle. Although this could be a reverse miracle, because when he was in Israel, his arms are fine. The moment he got into Gaza, his arms were not functioning. And so, okay, we don't know the story of what happened in Gaza. This could actually turn out to be a very dark story. But for now, because we don't know, we can still giggle about it. But because at best, this could just be as usual. Look at this. They go to Gaza. They put that on him. Put the bandage and everything else. Or there could be a worst case scenario, which means that they did something to him when he got home so that they could put the cameras on him. It's a very selective issue. It's very selective. So the representation of that interview, that the kid being on the video, is to basically portray an image that almost every single Palestinian prisoner has been harmed. But why single out one of them, very proactively arrange the interview, going on national TV in Gaza? But I hope that it's just a fake one rather than actually the Gaza side doing something to him and breaking it and then putting a bandage on him, because it could be the worst case scenario. But they're the globalists and the mainstream media believing everything coming from Gaza and the so-called authorities, right? They're not even questioning any of it. But because they're listening to the Quds News Network, or QNN. Who are these people? Well, the Quds News Network is a Palestinian news agency affiliated with, yep, you guessed it right, all the Islamist nutters in charge, including the Islamic Jihad guys. According to the QNN journalist Ahmed Youssef, one of their own actually admitted that the ultimate mission of Quds News is not about business or journalism, but to promote the Palestinian fight against Israel. And these guys were in charge of that interview and the footage and everything else. They themselves admit they're a propaganda machine funded by the globalists. And then now we have to believe everything they say.